business is a life all of its own.
There are 29.6 million local small businesses in today's struggling economy.
If we're born to create, we then already possess what's essential.
We've got tropical storm force winds 1,000 miles across in this storm and hurricane force winds about 200 miles across.
To scramble their schedules.
The weather is intensifying and it's just going to get worse.
We're not just in the hardware business. We solve customer problems utilizing hardware by designing, architecting solutions that really fix our customers' problems and solve their needs.
Hurricane Sandy threatening a massive stretch of the U.S. from Virginia to New England, all the way to the Great Lakes.
So just recently after Sandy hit, one of the biggest problems that we saw out there were certain customers were not as prepared as they should have been to handle the disaster that they encountered. We had two particular customers, one who survived it pretty easily and one that didn't survive it so easily, that lost their buildings, and they had no idea that their data centers would not be accessible for 45 to 60 days. And we had to support them to really drive their business back to a point where they reached some level of stability. The other company had all that stuff in place and was fully functional day 2 of the hurricane. If you can't afford to be out of business for an extended period of time, you need to make absolutely sure your DR plan can support that. And most companies don't. So let me tell you about how we're helping one of our customers, Direct Edge. They were mandated by the SEC to move their DR facility out of the state.
Direct Edge approached us to help them build out a disaster recovery facility. The challenges for this project was to meet the customer's application availability requirements, along with the physical separation, while keeping in mind the environmental considerations for power and cooling. Utilizing the full HP portfolio of blades and rack mount servers, we achieved that with the density and performance that they expected and the time frame that it needs to be deployed in. What makes IIS unique is actually summed up in our motto, which is Mission Possible. We have a unique group of people that work here as our consultants that came from various industries and understand our complex environments and how to implement them on time and under budget for our customers.
A project like this has many moving parts and requires much coordination, careful planning, with start and end dates for all tasks, project tracking, and a flawless execution of the plan. There are many skill sets and subject matter experts that have to work together in a precise sequence of dependent activities, all to deliver services within a managed time that meets critical milestones and the customer's expectations. This can only be achieved with a dedicated project manager. When you think of the process, we receive many parts tied to multiple purchase orders that are consolidated in the warehouse as the customer's order. When the order has been completely received, it is then moved to the integration center, where the action begins. During the integration process, customer customization and proactive service upgrades are applied and tested. Recurring bi-weekly meetings are scheduled with the customer to discuss open items and track the project status. Once the builds, configuration, and burn-in tests are complete, the customer comes on site to test, QA the build, and sign off for shipping. The gear is then packed, delivered in 2 days, whereas the IIS crew arrives in the Chicago co-location to assemble the pod, power up, and connect to the customer's network.
I would encourage any client out there that has concerns about their DR environment and whether it can stand the test of a Sandy to give us a call.